Hi everybody, and this is my review of episode 10 of Ring Ka King. The episode aired February 26th, 2012, and let me get right into it. We start off with a brief tribute in memory of Cho Tu, who did pass away last month. By this recording, it's March, but he did pass away in February, and he was only 29, but he was a tall guy, and it said that he had succumbed to a cardiac arrest. So we begin the show, and we see Abyss in the locker room doing his... And he sees the picture of Matt Morgan, and he screams, and then after the opening intro, we have Matt Morgan coming into the ring. So he grabs the mic, and he does a promo saying, first he greets everybody in the native language of India. I know they have two languages, but I'm still confused about which one they're speaking in. I really am, and I do apologize. But then he goes into this whole great thing like, I don't know who attacked me. I don't know who beat me up. But whoever you are, whatever you are, I want to face you in the ring right now. So then Abyss's music plays and Abyss comes out. So Abyss and Matt Morgan have a fight in the ring. And Morgan has a little bit of an advantage, but then Abyss comes back, clotheslines him, gives him the black hole slam and a choke slam, and then Abyss leaves. Then, all of a sudden, through the crowd, here comes the suspended Jawala coming into the ring and beating up Matt Morgan. Okay, just wrestling logic here. Where's the security? If your commissioner has suspended a guy, he should be out there. He should be out there. Just saying. Just saying. So after that, we start off with a 6-person mixed tag match. The Sheiks and Raisha against the Bollywood Boys and Mickie James. And the match starts off with Mickie James and Raisha. And you know what? This was an entertaining 6-person tag match. I enjoyed it. And really, I think the focus of this match was to develop more on the storyline of Raisha and Mickie James. But also at the same time, it seems like there could be a feud that's going to begin between the Bollywood Boys and the Sheiks. So here's how the match ends. Mickie James comes off the top rope, hits the Luthez press on Raisha. Raisha rolls out to the floor, and Mickie James follows her. The Bollywood Boys are about to hit a double super kick when one of them gets pulled out of the ring. The other one misses on one of the Sheiks. One of the Sheiks tries a punch. One of the Bollywood Boys ducks, has him in the O'Connor roll. Then the other Sheik comes in with a super kick, and it gets reversed. 1, 2, 3. The Sheiks and Raisha get the win. After the match, they fight some more, all 6. Then Mickie James gets on the mic, and, she just basically says, you and I, we don't like each other. It's going to come to an end. Next time, you and I will fight. Well, next time could mean anything, Mickie. It could mean 2 years from now. Got to be a little bit more clear. Oh, I do have to mention, at one point during the match, and this was funny, when Mickie James tagged in one of the Bollywood Boys for the first time, the announcer was like, oh, the cute Bollywood Boys! Oh, the cute Bollywood Boys are in the ring! Really? Okay, so now we go to the back, and Ram is with Jazzy Lahoria, Deadly Bandit, in their office. And then all of a sudden, Brutus Magnus, Sanjay Dutt, Scott Steiner, and Abyss all storm into his office, and they have a paper with them, saying that they are offering him basically to get full control of Ring Ka King. You have 1 week to make up your mind to sign. And that was basically it. So basically, this foursome and then their boss are basically trying to get Jazzy to sign away Ring Ka King, and they'll have control. So now we have the featured match of the show, which is a 12-man over-the-top rope battle royal. The winner of the match is the next #1 contender to Matt Morgan and the Ring Ka King heavyweight title. Now the rules are we start with 2 men, and at 60-second intervals, another individual will enter the ring. The only way to be eliminated is over the top into the floor. Once we are down to 2 guys, it is first pinfall or submission wins. So I'll go into how it begins, and I do have the eliminations here as well. So the first 2 guys are Brutus Magnus and Max B. So after that time period ends, Barud comes into the ring. Number 4 was Dr. Nick Dinsmore. Number 5 was Roscoe Jackson. Number 6 was Romeo Rapta. Number 7 was Isaiah Cash. Now in this process, or at this point, Romeo Rapta is the first eliminated. And then Roscoe Jackson eliminates Isaiah Cash, but at the same time, Jackson's momentum carries him over the top and to the floor. Then, American Adonis is the 8th guy in, and then Zoravar and Chotu make their way. And now we come back from break, and the other remaining guys, go after Chotu. So, they all take him down. Zoravar and Chotu pose. Nick Dinsmore gets up. Dinsmore gets eliminated. Then, let's see, then what happens? Zoravar gets eliminated, and then Chotu just eliminates himself by going over the top rope to the floor. Now, the next man that was supposed to enter was Mahabali Vera. However, Mahabali Vera never comes out. Abyss attacked him from behind. So, replacing Mahabali Vera is Scott Steiner. And then at this point, he eliminates Max B and Barud. And then the final guy to enter the match, and this is interesting. This guy, first time on Ring Ka King, Aghori Saya. I hope I pronounced that name right. I know in some of the past reviews, people have corrected me on my pronunciations, so I hope I had that right. So the final 4 guys are American Adonis, Brutus Magnus, Scott Steiner, and Aghori Saya. And Saya and Scott Steiner go at each other, and Scott Steiner gets eliminated by Saya. And then Adonis and Brutus Magnus, double team Saya, but Saya gets, comes back with a double clothesline. He eliminates American Adonis. So now we're down to Brutus Magnus and Aghori Saya. First fall wins. Well, while they're in the transition of the referee getting into the ring, Brutus Magnus, hits a low blow, and then he hits him with the Falcon Arrow. I think it's more of a Michinoku driver than a Falcon Arrow finishing type move. Gets the 3 count. Brutus Magnus wins. Brutus Magnus is now the #1 contender to the Ring Ka King heavyweight title. And then they end the show very interestingly with this whole video package of everything that has happened from the beginning with Scott Steiner, Sanjay Dutt, and Brutus Magnus, from the heavyweight title tournament to the tag team title tournament to the phone calls to Abyss coming in to the near riot on the last episode, and now this, to this point. So we get a preview of what's going to happen next week in the 2 episodes of Ring Ka King, where we do see the title match between Matt Morgan and Brutus Magnus. Plus, we also have Raisha Saeed facing Mickey James. The big decision with Jazzy LaHoria, if he's going to give away Ring Ka King. The boss comes to Ring Ka King, and a whole lot more. That's in the next 2 reviews of Ring Ka King. And this was a good show. I gotta admit, this was a good show. Usually when you have a Battle Royal as your featured match, depending on how it goes, it's usually going to be a good show. This was a good Battle Royal because they timed it right. 60-second intervals was good. You got a lot of guys in there who wouldn't have had a shot in this Battle Royal. I mean, Barud is a perfect example. He was the 3rd guy in, and he was in there really until almost the end of the match. He was one of the final 4 guys eliminated in that match. Max B came back, and of course Scott Steiner eliminated him. I'm sure Max B does never want to see Scott Steiner again. But, you know, it was a very good episode. I really think, and this is just my opinion, I haven't seen the rest of the episodes, so please, if you've already seen them, don't spoil them for me. I really think there's going to be some kind of a feud coming up with Matt Morgan and Abyss and Ring Ka King, the way things are going. It'll be very interesting to see what Jazzy La Horia does with the company, if, you know, he'll sign it away or if, you know, he'll keep it. It's just very interesting. It's a very good series right now with Ring Ka King, and I'm really enjoying it. And this episode was a good episode of Ring Ka King. Definitely worth the time to check out.